It's time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news on 95.1 FM, weather always comes first. Heavy to excessive rainfall, gusty winds, and snow melt have led to significant river and coastal flooding concerns across the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast. Flooding concerns will remain possible through the weekend. Heavy snow and strong winds continue to impact the Northwest, with blizzard conditions in the higher elevations. Blizzard conditions are also expected along the western coast of Alaska. Closer to home, the National Weather Service has issued a wind advisory in effect until midnight tonight. We'll have another look at the weather following this news. Former County Commissioner Coy Griffin told me he received a bit of a shocking letter in the mail yesterday.
It looks like the state of New Mexico has refiled the trespass charge against me, which they have the option to do, Whenever I started this deal with this squatter, I started with 5 charges that were against me. 3 of those charges were thrown out on lack of evidence. I had a full acquittal on the harassment charge, but the trespass charge I had a hung jury on.
So the state is going to waste money again on trying to defend a squatter. Probably have to fly the squatter back to New Mexico again, put him up in a hotel. For what exactly? At what point is this harassment? And at what point do we say to the state, enough's enough, quit spending our money on this? Griffin returns to court on February 1st. Otero County Days in Santa Fe are coming up. I spoke with Lori Black.
It's on January 18th and 19th, and we will have a reception where the legislators will be present. And if the local business people are concerned with any of the laws or bills that are being passed, they can have one-on-one conversations with our legislators. And then on Friday morning, we will have a breakfast, and the legislators will get to have kind of a round table where they get to present the bills that they're bringing up to Santa Fe and talk to us about them and how it will benefit our community. And then we'll have a Q&A session there.
That's for information or to register, visit alamogordo.com. The Alamogordo Otero County annual Martin Luther King Jr. celebration is coming up. I spoke with Chris Rollerson.
We'll start the march at by the train depot at 1 o'clock. And then we'll march down. We'll proceed down to the Airborne Monument. And then we have Sylva Beckham, who's going to be singing Lift Every Voice and Sing. And then we have the mayors doing the proclamation. We have one of the city commissioners, Sharon McDonald. She'll be doing the welcoming. And then we have one of the students that's going to be speaking about the 6 principles of nonviolence. And then we have another student that's going to be talking about King's Walk. And then I'll be reciting one of his speeches, which is His Truth is Marching On. And then we'll march back to the north end of the park, and then we have refreshments there, hot dogs and cake.
That's on Saturday, January 13th, beginning at 1 p.m. The Alamogordo Fire Department and Alamogordo Senior Center are teaming up to provide adults over 60 with smoke detectors. I spoke with Lieutenant Will Skaggs.
Right now, the Senior Center is taking sign-ups for anybody who, in the elderly community, who may need a smoke detector or who may have expired smoke detectors that need replacement. So what we'll be doing is installing up to 2 free, brand-new lithium-ion batteries. That means that the residents don't have to change the batteries, and they don't have to worry for their smoke detectors for 10 years, and they're completely free.
That's on February 10th. Contact the Alamo Senior Center to register or for more information. The fire department is looking for volunteers to help install these smoke detectors. If you want to help, please call 575-635-7589. The Alamo Senior Center is hosting a watch party, Blue Zones Bound, Live to 100. Renee Reynolds told me about the event.
There's a gentleman, Dan Butner. He's bringing the information that he has learned through all this research to the watch party. And he's going to be on stage with our governor and a panel of experts, and they're going to discuss this, and we get to all listen in and figure out what they're doing.
That's on Wednesday, January 24th. Limited seating is available for this free event. Call 575-439-4150 to RSVP or get information. The Alamogordo Kiwanis Club recognizes the most improved students of the month every month.
Students, 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade in each of the 3 middle schools, chosen by their school faculty per their grade level. And the criteria for each school's selection, it's not just based on academic grades, Anthony. That's the cool part. It's also based on attitude, behavior, work ethic, character, school involvement, attendance, and academic grades.
Ned Klein of the Kiwanis Club speaking with Crazy Radio. Time now to name the December winners.
Well, we'll do Holloman Middle School. Sixth grader was Chloe Olivier. Seventh grader was Joshua Salazar. And the eighth grader was Kyra Berich. Now, Chaparral Middle School, the sixth grader was Damian Flores. The seventh grader was Anakin Burton. And then the third one was Nodia Wright. And she was chosen by her sixth grade group of teachers 2 years ago in November. Mountain View Middle School, the sixth grader was Trinity Gutierrez. The seventh grader was Zioli Richardson. And then the eighth grader was Harley Hood.
Congratulations to these students for all their hard work. Well, today is Thursday. Let's go now to Lauren Noble for an inspirational moment.
Good morning, 95.1 listeners. This is Pastor Lauren with our Thursday morning thought. I think a lot about wanting peace, and everyone wants that, but I think about where part of that comes from is if we really want peace, then we have to stop thinking that everyone has to view things as we view them and agree with us, and respect that each individual is entitled to their own opinions and their own beliefs. The division we see is being caused by people thinking that others need to conform to their ideas and beliefs, and they have to agree with them. And sometimes I look at that and say, well, forgive me for wasting words when I could have simply said, why doesn't everyone mind their own business? And sometimes it is as simple as that, and not trying to conform everyone to how we think and trying to get them to agree with us. Let me say a prayer for us. Lord, help us to not try to force our beliefs and our opinions on others, and to respect their individuality and be civil to them even when we do not agree with them, because that's how we need to treat others, and that's how we would like them to treat us. Amen. Until we meet up again on the airwaves, blessings to you, and I hope 2024 is a great year.
News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
AlamogordoTownNews.com is a locally owned website featuring local news matters from a local perspective that affects you, and we bring it to you directly. Plus, local sports, cultural arts, and events. Online, AlamogordoTownNews.com. Owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
The Doña County Sheriff Kim Stewart is facing 3 lawsuits filed by 2 former employees and 1 current one. The 3 people are being represented by attorney Amy Orlando with the Justice Legal Team, who said the 3 claimed mistreatment in their lawsuits. Sheriff Stewart stated she was unable to comment on the lawsuits due to the ongoing litigation. However, Orlando stated all 3 people claimed the sheriff violated the New Mexico Whistleblower Act and created a hostile work environment through her treatment of employees.
If you work for the sheriff and you are in her favor, or you are somehow doing something that benefits her, you are treated very well. You don't do that and you fight against her, or you are not one of her favored employees, then retaliation comes.
Orlando speaking with KFOX. The most recent lawsuit was filed by Andrea Navarez, who is the former undersheriff. Navarez says she was terminated without reason in January of 2022.
It was based on the fact that Andrea knew a lot of information. She had brought some illegal activity, some gross negligence, some malfeasance on behalf of the sheriff to her attention, and then she was terminated for bringing that to light.
The lawsuit states Navarez told the sheriff about a contracted employee who was acting inappropriately towards her during an out-of-town work conference. Instead of disciplining that contract employee, Navarez was disciplined and then terminated. All 3 lawsuits are similar in language in that they all seek to recover damages based on retaliation suffered for not going along with improper or illegal conduct on the part of Sheriff Stewart. A top UNM Medical Group executive, Dr. Melissa Ivers, the Associate Chief Medical Officer, was recently arrested for shoplifting. Lapel video shows the moment Ivers was caught trying to steal more than $200 worth of products from an Albuquerque Target store. According to the criminal complaint, she successfully stole around $900 worth in 3 separate trips, all happening in less than a month. But this is not the first time this has happened. An incident report from 2011 accuses Ivers of stealing $135 from UNM Dental Services. Last week, the DA's office told the court that they were dropping the case because they accepted Ivers into the pre-prosecution diversion program. Deputy District Attorney Carl Swanson spoke with KOB.
What we'll do very early on in the case, the first day the charges are filed, in fact, we'll look at a criminal complaint, and we'll also look at criminal history. And this incident that from 2011, that would not have popped up on our criminal history because charges were never filed and she was never arrested. And so this particular individual has minimal criminal history.
Police reports list that she took bedding, clothes, and even a vacuum cleaner. Dr. Ivers is believed to be earning well over $200,000 a year. Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham is proposing a $10.5 billion budget for the next fiscal year. That includes a 14% raise for state police officers. But some lawmakers have mixed feelings on this. In a House Appropriations and Finance Committee meeting, Representative Rod Montoya, Republican from San Juan, said local police departments already have a hard time holding on to their employees. He spoke with KNUM.
With the same qualification they have, they can go over to the state police and make more money right now.
Montoya said that although it may help in one area, it's going to hurt somewhere else. And by making a huge increase in pay, it's going to harm local folks. Representative Joseph Sanchez said he supports the increased salary for law enforcement, but is worried about preventing poaching from local governments.
I'm hearing the same concerns from sheriffs in cities that they're going to lose their law enforcement to state police. Have you guys considered that, and what are the solutions you guys are looking at?
Montoya suggested finding a way to pay both state and local police officers more, but the state legislation doesn't control salaries at local levels. The state currently has a law enforcement recruitment fund, which was set up back in 2022, and a law enforcement retention fund to help local departments recruit and retain officers. Sports and weather are next. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in New Mexico is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, they just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the New Mexico Activities Association and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
There are 41 games for New Mexico girls basketball today, including Cottonwood Classical Prep at Capitan, Hondo Valley at Lake Arthur, and Tularosa at Hot Springs. Go Lady Cats! There are 33 games for New Mexico varsity basketball today, including Navajo Pine at Capitan, Mesilla Valley Christian at Cloudcroft, Hondo at Lake Arthur, and Redoso at Tularosa. Go Wildcats! The National Weather Service has issued a wind advisory in effect until midnight tonight. Expect gusty winds blowing around unsecured objects, tree limbs could be blown down, and a few power outages may result. Blowing dust and reduced visibility are also possible along the Lordsburg Playa and downwind of White Sands. Be sure to use extra caution when driving, especially if operating a high-profile vehicle. Your Crazy Radio spot-on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for increasing cloudiness and windy, with a 60% chance for rain and snow. Little to no snow accumulation is expected, but you can expect patchy blowing dust, as winds could gust as high as 48 miles per hour. Mostly cloudy tonight, gradually becoming clear. Also windy with patchy blowing dust. Winds are going to be gusting as high as 37. Sunny skies tomorrow. Your high today in the basin, 50. Low tonight of 19. Wind chill is going to make it feel like it's 11. High tomorrow, 44. Wind chill is going to make it feel like it's 14 degrees. In Cloudcroft, increasing cloudiness with a 60% chance for snow. Snow could be heavy at times. New snow accumulation of 1 to 3 inches expected. Winds are going to be gusting as high as 75 miles per hour. Mostly cloudy skies tonight, gradually becoming clear, with a 20% chance for more snow. Winds are going to be gusting as high as 60 miles per hour. Sunny skies tomorrow, winds are going to be gusting up to 37. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 25. Wind chill is going to make it feel like it's -3. Low tonight of 5. Wind chill is going to make it feel like it's 17. High tomorrow, 25. Wind chill is going to make it feel like it's -9. Don't forget about your pets, pipes, and plants. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.com, and keep your eyes open for the new Crazy Radio website coming soon. Also, check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel. That's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. Well, that concludes today's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.